Huh? 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 Huh?
Ginger Runner.
What is up, everybody? Ethan Newberry, the Ginger Runner here with another gingerrunner.com review. Two reviews today, both from the same manufacturer. We're going back to Nike. You are currently watching the review of the Nike Wildhorse version 4. Brand new, hot off the presses. It's a kick with gusto. This is not the only shoe that I'm reviewing today. I'm also reviewing the Kiger version 4, brand new. Looks super similar to the previous version, so make sure you check out both reviews today. But let's stick around for the Wildhorse 4, shall we? Alright, so obviously this is the fourth version of the Wildhorse, which we've reviewed the previous three versions of. You might even remember my most recent review of the Wildhorse 3. I'll link to it. It's a super decent, super rugged, durable trail shoe. I ended up putting a lot of miles in the previous version. The last 30 miles of my last 100 were in the Wildhorse version 3, so I was excited to give the Wildhorse 4 a try. I'd heard that they had changed a couple of things, so let's first talk about that. Well, with this new version, they've gone and made some changes in areas that I didn't really expect or hope that the changes would be in. The upper design and midfoot fit lacing system has all been changed and adapted for the new Wildhorse. Otherwise, everything else essentially remains unchanged from the previous version. So it's really going to come down to, does this work? Is this new system worth it? Or does it go the way of the Brooks Nav Band or the Saucony ISOFIT? Which is not a good thing. We will cover that in today's review of the Nike Wildhorse 4. Yeehaw! I'm going to talk to you all about the things that I like and dislike about this shoe, and as always, we're going to start with things that I like. First and foremost, most of my likes from the previous version Wildhorse 3 will apply to this shoe. The shoes are extremely similar. But let's talk about the things I like specifically about the Wildhorse 4, starting with durability. This thing is handsome, this thing is rugged, and the shoe's pretty good too. Yeehaw! The new materials that they're utilizing here across the midfoot certainly contribute to additional durability, whether medial or lateral sides. It's just harder to beat through that upper materials in the mesh. We're dealing with the same single layer outsole, the blown rubber, solid, durable, have maybe 50 or so miles in the shoe. It's really not coming apart, not seeing too much wear, so durability factor is a plus in the Wildhorse series, and the Wildhorse 4 is no exception. Protection, as I just mentioned, the new overlay materials certainly protect you from elements both medial and lateral side. It's an additional layer of material across your midfoot and actually covers a large portion of your foot, plus the addition of the rock plate here in the forefoot midfoot area, which was in version 3 as well, certainly contributes to a more protected shoe, especially underfoot. One thing I really liked about version 3 and certainly carried over to version 4, durable and protected. The Wildhorse series is certainly giving you exactly what they claim. The shoe will continue to excel in gnarlier stuff, whether it's technical terrain or inclement weather, so look forward to that if this is a shoe that's going to interest you. That being said, those are the few likes with this new version that I'm really drawn to. There are a number of things that I dislike. Let's get to those. The upper. I actually do not like the additions. I don't think it made for a better shoe. I'm not sure if it was added for additional midfoot stability, tightness, fitment, things I didn't really have a problem with in version 3, and it wasn't like, oh man, the shoe doesn't fit me very well. I hope they fix it in version 4 and add a giant band of fabric across my midfoot. Yeehaw! Nor does it supply any additional tension, so for some reason you did have a fitment issue. It's not like it's contributing much to that. If anything, it's just excess material that does overlap on itself and causes more irritation than anything. Bottom line, it's adding weight, it's reducing flex, and you constantly kind of have to readjust the shoe to really take advantage of the fly knit and the fly wire. Weird addition. As I just mentioned, weight. This shoe got heavy. I wear size 11 in this version of the shoe, and that's a 12.2 ounce version. This 12.2 ounce version is half an ounce heavier than a size larger in the Wildhorse 3. So not only has it gotten smaller size-wise, but it's gotten heavier weight-wise. This poor kid got left at the cake table in between meals. Oops. Yeehaw! And finally, ride. I had this problem with the previous version, but it wasn't something that was super noticeable from run to run to run. Like I said, I managed to run the last 30 miles of my 100-miler in the Wildhorse 3, and it worked out okay, providing a lot of protection, durability, inclement weather, all that stuff. It was great. So yes, there's lots of protection, lots of responsiveness, but the ride in version 4 certainly doesn't allow a lot of forgiveness. It's just heavier, it's not plush, you're not going to be cradled in here like a bag full of clouds. Weird visual, but what you get in durability and protection, you lose in overall comfort. But that's pretty much it for dislikes. I'm curious why they added all of this midfoot stuff. I didn't necessarily have any problems with this area in the previous version. Would have loved to have seen them made it a little softer and a little bit lighter rather than build it up even further. So let's move on to the points for the Wildhorse 4. Quality, I'm going to give a 4 out of 5. The materials they're using are certainly better quality than you expect. They're going to last you, they're going to protect you, and they're going to look pretty good in process. Comfort, this is where the shoe kind of falls in my book. I'm going to give it 3 out of 5. Very similar to the Wildhorse 3. I'm going to actually say it's between a 2 and a 3. A little less comfortable than the previous version. Price, at $109. Again, solid price, 4 out of 5, just like version 3. And finally looks, I like the colors of this, okay. There's another color style that has some black and neon green and all sorts of stuff, and it's good. So 4 out of 5 on looks, bringing our grand total to 15 out of 20, which is a pretty solid score. But honestly, the question's gonna come down to, do I prefer the Wildhorse 4 or the Kiger 4? Spoiler alert, I'm gonna kind of lean towards the Kiger 4. Is the Wildhorse 4 a buy, try, or a why? It's more of a try why. Or why try? It's just too much shoe for what I like to do. Skippity-doo. The shoe is blue. Yeehaw! So that, my friends, is it for my review of the Wildhorse 4. It's, again, very similar to the Wildhorse 3, so I encourage you to go watch my review of that. You'll get a very good familiarity with both versions through watching both reviews. And if you have not already, check out my review of the Kiger 4, which is also very similar to the Kiger 3, but it does have some added benefits and likes. All the links to all those reviews are in the description of this video, including a link to Running Warehouse. You can get these shoes plus a 10% coupon, use it and abuse it, and that is it for today's review. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, make sure you like, favorite, and subscribe to the channel. New videos twice a week, including live shows, all that good stuff. Follow me across social media. Hey, look, links. Check them out. And if you want to help contribute to this channel and support it on a regular basis, visit patreon.com/thegingerrunner, as little as $1 a month. Lots of cool perks, lots of fun. You guys know how it works. Now get out there, train hard, race harder, and party the hardest. I know I am. We'll see you guys next week. And goodbye.